In the last video, I went through new ideas such as adding the ideas list, books list, apps, and also at the end feedback. So in this video, I want to kind of go through kind of a detailed working session that I had to generate this thumbnail for background video. So I will be going through kind of the steps on how I approach work using ClickUp. So first, when I started this, I added these links to quick references, uh, tools, websites that I often use to work on particular things so that I don't have to look for those in different places. And then I also like to put those here in comments so that I put this comment on May 21st, 9:44 p.m. And then it's useful to put one context in each comment so that if anyone is collaborating with me, they can go ahead and reply and collaborate on the specific comment thread. So I made progress at 9:37 p.m. where I created a Google Drive, Google Slides document where I just put placeholder text on what I wanted to put as the title. I think it's easy to kind of get distracted with and not get started on an action item, but I find one of the good thing about keeping everything in the form of tickets will allow us to make progress while the seed is brewing in the back of our head. So just want to continue here, just walking through my approach. So I said I jot down the idea here, and then I created the Google Slides file, and then I'm just writing down kind of the raw thoughts that come to mind as I'm working on this. I want simple background, color image so text is readable, and then I have an initial prompt. So this is where like I'm using AI to help me create this, because we have to take advantage of the available tool we have. So I want to create a thumbnail picture for my YouTube video, give me ideas on what good cover photos include, and it gives me one clear subject. So I go ahead and read this, incorporate kind of some of the idea for inspiration, and I said I want to share my journey in helping organization build collaborative systems. So as you're using this, like, it does not have to be grammatically correct all the time, too much thinking. It has to be comprehensive and specific, but you don't want those perfectionism to kind of get in the way of getting progress. Because one of the things that I like about AI is it's not really going to replace what I finally will deliver, but it can certainly give me a head start without me starting from scratch. So by just me putting some of my raw thoughts down, that can give me new ideas that I can incorporate into the final as we work on, as I will walk through in this video. And I said written an image for the cover photo for that video title, and it started to give me something. So this was still yesterday 9:58 p.m. So I thought, oh, okay, this looks pretty good, pretty clean. Do I want that? I don't know, but at least I see kind of a work in progress that is better than this. So I'm continuing my exploration, and then at 10:27 p.m. as I was working on different things, I come back to this ticket and said find inspiration references, and then I created the ticket this morning so that I won't forget, which is find YouTube cover photo inspirations, and then I'm continuing my progress here. So again, if we create something specific, if I'm here and I don't know what to do next, and I am just looking at this and I don't have any ideas, I can get stuck. So by creating another specific task and then make progress on those other smaller tasks would allow us to make progress small, but we're gonna move in a forward direction. So what I did today, when I created this at 6:05 a.m., I started to browse some YouTube video, and I start to oh, I see, and I start to do more of this. So I keep on doing that. Alright, so I get some pattern, and then what I do next is I basically put this side by side like this, where I come here and I put this side by side. I have an open empty text box here, and I started to jot down observations, standout cover, and I would put this to the side, and I would actually open one by one. Like I go through from the top, I look at this, like, then I start to jot down. I noticed that many of these people, for example, the ones that have like good standout cover to me, everybody can have different opinions, but I'm just jotting down from what I think stood out to me. Like, oh, many of them have their face like on the cover photo, so that really helps. And then most of them that stand out have kind of the context of what the video is about. Instead of just some picture, they have some hook, whether what's the value for the user or audience, whether it's time, money, shortcut, life hack. So I just continue to dump all my raw notes into here, and then even like some of these things have very interesting, very simple cover photo, like open me, which spark curiosity. Sometimes there's clear photo with motion that may not need text, so that's also good. So I just continue to jot down ideas. Also, unclear cover, like I continue to just jot down what I found is not really standing out to me, so that I can find inspiration. Like, this is a very nice picture, but at a glance without reading the text below, so if I'm just zooming out like this is not readable, so I don't know what this picture is about. So this is a comment of like, people may be important, but if they're not clicking, if like audience are not clicking on the video, then I will not even know who these important people are. Anyway, so I continue to jot down ideas, and then what I start using is I use AI. So for example, I open this. So I open my AI panel here on the right side. So I start to kind of just chat with my assistant, basically review my observations. I put the link to this ticket, which is this ticket, and then I said, give me a list of other best practices and things to avoid to make great YouTube cover photos, and then it gives me ideas which I reviewed, and then I continue to iterate, and then it continue to give me things. So this may go away, and I like to actually jot down in my tickets so that I can go back to it very quickly without having to search for the history. So he continued to brainstorm with me of the ideas and the videos that I already put there. So it kind of give me its thoughts, and then I said, I like the idea of raw build, no filter. I think it is somewhere. So it basically go back and forth with me. Here's my videos, right? So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, good ideas. So I continue to go back and forth with it. And then I said, you know, the idea that I want to get across is building in public, no filter, or give me ideas on how the cover image can look like. And then I come here and continue to brainstorm with me with all the different phrases. So these are good for idea spark, so that we won't have to work alone. So I said, how does this sound? Building my dream in public, unfiltered. Continue to iterate with me on like what is paint, tag, corner, like it's giving me idea. I give picture of what I have, and then it start to give me, you know, the first cover photo. And I say, yeah, it gives me reasoning. I don't personally love it because it's too busy. I said make the background white. And it give me that, and I said let's brainstorm about the words, what I like, somewhat like, what I dislike. So I continue to write down things over here on my notes. So then it continued to give me different options, fixing the color, and I said I like building my dream most. And then I'm thinking that maybe I can use the phrase like live mission, but I'm not sure. So and then I thought that, oh, I'm gonna launch kind of this live mission, so I'm thinking about rocket. So I really like this original version here. So I continue, like I said, start line, this is unclear, and then it give me this, it's blocking the text. So I continue to iterate, continue to give me good stuff. But the problem with AI is sometimes, like, even though I said don't make this line and make sure that the line does not block the text, like I don't like this different kind of font format. So I said give me a detailed prompt describing the image, and the reason why that's helpful is because I can make edits, like instead of doing line 1, line 2, and then different line 3, line 4, I said line this. So then I use another prompt to basically execute the text prompt that I updated based on the original one that AI gave me, like line 1, 2, 3, 4, and I said, and so this one was fine. Make sure that muted gray is not blocking, and then it give me this. So this is okay, but I don't love it. I don't like this cartoonish rocket. So I said, change the background picture to make it some kind of a rocket, and then I like having white background and have it kind of transparent. And I really don't like this trajectory line, so I want to remove it, and it give me this. So I really like this one. So I'm kind of getting close to what I like. So throughout this I continue to add these ideas and thoughts and results into here. If you can see, using AI, it actually mess up my profile picture. So looks like that might not be the best tool to use for this here. So I just say return an image of just the background, transparent rocket with unfiltered stem. So I like this unfiltered stem here. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, because I don't know if I can find this component easily, let's say in YouTube. There might be in other tools like Canva, but I'm not exploring those other tools right now. So and I really like to have this white background here on the left for the picture, because otherwise I will have a picture with all the way transparent with like blue sky background, and then my picture is of white background, so there will be like a white square on top of transparent blue sky background, which I wouldn't like, and it wouldn't look good. So I know that in Paint, for example, I can use transparent method to be able to put an image with a white background on top of a background, and it will result in just like basically the image showing. But I don't know how to do that in Google Slides, so I am skipping that right now, and I just say give me a white background on this side, and it gives me this nice gradient which I really like. So based on that, I really like it. I put this image here, so I can work with this, and this can potentially be what I use as just my background cover photo for now until I find a better one. So then I go into my Google Slides. I think what I want to highlight here is I started with like a very plain text to just get started, and then I'm able to, like, if I were to show how I did this, I delete that, so it came with this image, and then I add the text. I look at kind of the font that I want to try to use, and then I choose different bolding. I like this size because it fills this space, it is aligned with this. So if I make originally everything is big, it does not look good. I want building my dream is something that is highlighted as the goal of this project, to show how I'm gonna be building my dream and solving my life mission. And in public and starts today is something that is describing how I'm about to approach this. And then I'm gonna start this journey today, which was 2 days ago. So then I go ahead and add my pictures. As you can see, this is a picture of a white white background. So if I have this like this, you can see the white edge, which is not good. So after this, I think this looks really nice. So if I go back to this, like previously, the cover photo looked like this. Like, it's off my YouTube channel, but it does not look good. Nobody is going to click on this because it's just a bunch of YouTube video cover photos. So compared to this one, which is readable, much better. So I think for the purpose of that goal of updating the thumbnail of my background photo, I think it is working really well. So this and that are kind of together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, and I'm going to actually merge these two tickets by type this here. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna merge that YouTube cover photos actually into here. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna say merge, and I'm gonna merge it here. So now these two become the same. I can close this. So this is how it's gonna look. So this is not a refresh, so I'm gonna refresh this. So I have the building, the before and after. So if I'm collaborating with somebody, and assuming that I don't have any of this, if I come here on an empty page and somebody say like, where are you with this ticket, and it just says active, somebody can say, oh, I'm not sure where this person is. But if you are looking at this ticket all the way from the beginning to now, you'll be able to see kind of my thought process. So if for some reason that you have some comments about, like find inspiration references from other YouTube videos, like somebody, task deleted, merge with this ticket. So this, you can see, other people can also see kind of where I got this from. Like, people wouldn't have to guess kind of how I came up with this. They can also have the same view that I have when I was going through the exercise. I like this, by the way, really pop in terms of the text, so that even when it is far away, you'll be able to see kind of what the video will be about. Even though I don't know what data movie means, at least it gives it a chance compared to some people sitting around like this. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. That's how I was able to use AI within ClickUp to generate a cover photo. So if I just come here now, so this right now looks much better. The next thing is for me to update the other two videos, these two, so that it is equally exciting from a distance. I think I like this kind of format much better than this AI generated cartoon, because it just looks more professional. So that's one of the things that as I am background video, update thumbnail for background video. Oh, okay, got it. So background video is this video. So before I forgot, I'm going to create new task. I'm gonna update thumbnail for provision first instance and add ideas. You know, there's a bunch of things here. Add ideas videos there, and then I'm going to put the link to this into here for reference. So I have that, and I know that I want to update this video, so I want to copy this. I'm going to put it here as inline link, and I'm gonna also do the same for this. Copy, put it here as inline link. So this, so I can start from there. I would give it also the link to this Google Drive, right? So that I can start from there. It's gonna be, I'm gonna put this one on top, and then I will likely, you know, do something here, but maybe change the background, I don't know. But I'm gonna follow the same approach, and after I do a few of these, I'm going to come up with a better way to shorten the time for me to create cover photo, because as we are doing this more and more, we want to spend less and less time on something like this and potentially automate them. So I already have this, and I'm gonna do this by this Sunday, and because I'm done with this, looks good. Closing. If I'm collaborating with somebody, I will change this to a review, but because I review it on my own, I like it, I'm gonna close this. So we are done with this. Everything is clear from the approach all the way to the final deliverable, and also setting up next steps, which in this case I'm going to go back here. I'm gonna say we'll apply the approach and potentially formatting on the next video, on the next on future video. Cool. So starting from this, and then the video moving forward, and also the one that I'm currently working on. So it's gonna be this one, and then I have a bunch of things listed here in the name, so I have to figure out the best way, the last video, to find a good description. So this is one video, and I maybe this one, generate YouTube video cover photo or thumbnail using AI, and while tracking progress using ClickUp. This is the gist of the video, but the title cover will likely be much shorter. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.